Hey guys, Takuyasugi here with a new hero on Korean Lost Saga. This is hero 179, Patriot. So you can see his slick dance moves right there. He's a robot doing the robot, I get it. It's a normal hero, you can buy it with GP or peso or what have you, so not too bad. So let's check him out here. 3-hit basics, 1, 2, 3. Third hit will be basically a 2-hitter actually, and the third hit will actually faint even if you don't connect with the the first two right there. That works pretty well. And it's got a little bit of range on the basic as well. Not too much, but enough to be useful if someone's trying to walk away from you in a short range there. It could work. The basics will also lift off your feint attacks. By the way, if both the rockets don't hit, you can see it doesn't feint. But yeah, you can lift off the feints too for a little knockback with the basic if you choose to go that route anyway. Hold D will utilize your 100-meter passive bar. As you hold D down, you'll be able to move around gently. If you try to dash, you're just gonna beep all over the place like you're robot pleasuring yourself. If this will actually not hit standing opponents, so in order to use this, you need 50 meter of the passive stocked up. You can use it twice. You can use it quickly off air juggle attack, and then you can do it again off your basic attacks, and then you can kind of keep the combo going. It works pretty darn well, and it synchronizes with a lot of your attacks. Pretty much every attack you can use, except some of the jump attacks. But not bad. Very great anti-air. Look at this dome here. The dome is the range you can anti-air with. So it's an extremely good anti-air character. You got someone jumping around like a monkey, like a rabbit, I don't know, something like a kangaroo, something like an animal. This character is the guy who's animal control. He's gonna put you down. He's gonna take you to the pound. He's gonna lock you up. He's gonna stop you from jumping. That's how good this guy is with anti-air with this attack right here. It's really good. So moving on to the dash attack here. By the way, it does give some kind of debuff. I'm not sure what this debuff does, by the way, but it looks like it has flame status when you actually connect with that on an airborne opponent sometimes. I don't know if you have to hold down the full time to get the flame status or not, but it seems to work. Moving on to the dash attack. So 2-hit light dasher. Very simple, straightforward 2-hitter. The second hit will launch up into the air. Pretty decent speed behind this, and you can do it maybe 2 times, maybe 3 even, but I don't know why you would want to go into 3, but it's up to you. You also have a hold D dash attack, and you can press D about 2 times off of this, and you'll be able to fire more rockets. The initial hit will actually knock up, so you can see it right there. That's pretty darn useful compared to the other dash attack. Might take a little bit more to wind up, but overall not bad. And you get pretty good range off this, and you can also use it off your light dasher to add an extra, a little bit of momentum, or just 4-hit pressure off of this. So that works pretty well. And again, you can juggle off of connecting with this with your dome. Well, I just screwed that up. Maybe if you're not me, you can do it. But you can see that range on that anti-air is super good. So moving on to the jump attacks. Air D is basically just a 2-hitter. If the 2-hitter connects, I feel like I have to press it twice, even though I only pressed it once the first time. But I'm going to press it twice just to be safe. But if you connect with this, it's aimable in the air, again, like every attack in the game. The 2 hits have to connect in order to get the feint, obviously. But it's pretty nice. Pretty decent range on that. It's okay. Air hold D is pretty darn nice as well. It's a nice little slam down, bounce up. It has to hit the ground to connect with this attack, but it has very good AoE potential. I mean, this is really good, and it's good range on it too, surprisingly good range. You can juggle off this or what have you. It will hit grounded as well, just not very well to hit grounded with. It doesn't really give you much of hitting ground with that, but it's extra damage, why not? So moving on to defensive properties on Patriot here with our robot buddies. You do have a deflect on the character, and I'm probably going to settle for just 1 deflect. I'm not good at the game. Oh man, but he does have a deflect, so there is that. So whipping skill, let's check out the skills here. So whipping skill, pretty much a simple AoE kind of attack. You have to mash your D key in order to get the rocket follow-ups. The rocket follow-ups will cause a flame status, And you can also juggle off this if you're quick enough with your hold D. So it's a good combo extender. It will hit grounded as well. So if you need a little bit of extender while you build up your passive a little bit, that's a pretty good delay to build up your passive with. So let's try this again. So assume we get that, something like that, and then we'll do this. And he's dead. That's a lot of damage. But not bad, not bad. Let's see how some of this works on a crowd, by the way. I guess I didn't show you that guy's ad, did I? But it's a little bit hard to show it on a crowd. But it will hit multiple people in the air. Just for your information, it will hit multiple people in the air. So you saw I got like 2 knockouts right there. It does hit multiple people, so fear not. And the weapon skill will also hit multiple people, so I don't think that's a big surprise. So moving on to the armor skill. Armor skill is pretty much just a damage dot. So you can see it's doing damage. The damage is piling up. It sounds like a slow effect, but it doesn't really have a slow effect. But it will do a little bit of damage. So if you're in the process of a combo, you want a little bit of extra damage. I'm pretty sure it affects grounded too. It looks like it does, yeah. But yeah, this will pile on the damage if you're pretty good at your pressure. I mean, it's unblockable damage. I mean, it's something, right? There's probably better armor skills out there, to be honest, but that's a cool skill. I like it. I like it. So moving on to the helmet skill. Helmet skill, you'll pull up a little targeting reticle. This is your max range and radius. Pop it down. You'll pop down a little satellite, and this satellite will gradually faint people. I know it's not working on DevK, but that's just one of those things you can't properly demonstrate a lot of times. But it will eventually, faint someone. I'm not too sure exactly how, but maybe this is the pulse going around that faints people over and over. I don't know. But it's supposed to faint. Check the Koreans video to see how that faint works. So trinket skill. Trinket skill, you pull out a little reticule. You can only aim in one direction while you're doing this, and you'll pop down a bunch of missiles, and the second missile will do a little whoa, I didn't notice this cloud before. The second missile will do a little pop-up, which will cause drop damage. So that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. I want to see what this this cloudless stuff does, though. I want to see what that does. Let me see if I can knock him back into that. Doesn't look like it did much. Maybe it's like kind of an after effect, like an afterbirth or something. Let's try to keep him in this. Oh well. Oh well. It looks like it should do something in that cloud. I don't know. It's good at face value, but you have to have the proper range to connect with it. So you have to be spaced out in order to get that to connect properly. But it's pretty quick. You can kind of catch people with it. You just need the certain right setups to connect with that. So this is Patriot, guys. This is the token anti-air character. So if you remember, like, the early days of Wanderer, how Wanderer was a great anti-air character. This guy, much better. I mean, look at his dome compared to Wanderer's dome. It's just crazy. It's crazy. The catch is, he can't hit grounded with that, but he's okay. He's okay to do that. I mean, people love to hit that jump button, especially Koreans. Every Korean fight I see, they're just smashing the hell out of that jump button. They never, like, stand on the ground and, basic. They're always like, whoop, 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 whoop. They're doing that, the Asian kung fu fighting, crouching tiger, hidden dragon kind of stuff. I don't mean to sound racist, but that stuff is awesome. But they're very good. They're head and shoulders above me. But yeah, this guy, he's the guy you want to fight those kind of things, and he can do that, just that, with that anti-air dome. Very good, very good. On the surface, toe-to-toe with a lot of characters, he might not hang as well as some characters. I didn't notice that before. It actually seemed to hit eventually, though. But yeah, he's all about this. He's all about that. He's all about that anti-air. But he's okay at face value. He's got some decent juggles. I mean, if you can time it correctly, which I didn't. It's not hard to do. I was just a little bit scrubby. And you can do it again. Boom, boom. I just dropped the combo. But he's got longer combos, and they're very damaging. He doesn't have long combos, but they're very hard hitting, and they do a lot of damage. So he is a good heavy hitter character, and he's great for anti-air. Once again, I can't stress that enough. Anti-air, anti-air, anti-air. I love it. I love it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you next video, and happy Halloween whenever Halloween comes around if I don't see you. Doing the robot. Major Payne. Major Payne. I'm sure this character is modeled after Major Payne. Major Payne was in a powered suit, it would be Patriot.